Halo guys, kembali lagi di channel BadRush. Jadi hari ini kita akan melanjutkan kembali perjalanan kita di GenshinImpact. So di saat gua nge-record ini updatean belum terupdate ya, tapi pre-gamesnya udah bisa kita download. Jadi udah gua download, jadi tinggal tunggu tanggal rilisnya update 3.5 ya, dan juga akan keluar karakter baru yaitu D ya, di 3.5 nanti. Terus akan berbarengan dengan rerun si Cyno. Rerunnya termasuk cepat, gua nggak tahu apakah dia rerun tercepat atau bukan sepanjang sejarah Genshin. Cuman besok sudah muncul rerunnya si Cyno. Dan sekarang karena belum ada agenda apa-apa, belum ada event baru atau apa, jadi hari ini kita akan lanjutin story quest lagi dan bertepatan dengan story questnya Cyno. Oke, jadi kali ini kita akan nyelesain story questnya Cyno aja ya, sembari menyambut kedatangan Cyno di rerun besok. Oke, so langsung aja kita mulai tanpa basa-basi lagi biar nggak terlalu lama. Langsung aja, suspicious smuggling case ya, namanya Scent of Solitude. Oke, let's go. Kita ke Sumeru City atau suruh kemana nih? Oh ya, Sumeru City. Oke, let's go. Langsung aja kita mulai, dan mudah-mudahan nggak terlalu lama, paling ya 1,5 jam kayak Tinari kemarin guys. Tinari kemarin sekitar 1,5 jam ya, karakter lain juga sekitar segitu sih, mudah-mudahan lebih cepat. Terus kalau yang terakhir Tinari itu kita ini ya, ungkap ada apa namanya, ada area terlarang itu. Area terlarang itu maksudnya area terkontaminasi percobaannya si profesor siapa namanya gua lupa, tapi intinya dia punya mesin yang bisa hidup seperti kita ya, maksudnya kayaknya udah punya hati, udah punya insting lebih tepatnya. Jadi diinstalin insting gitu, jadi apa, mekanikal mesinnya bisa bikin kopi, bisa punya insting bertahan hidup dan segala macam banyak. Sekarang Cyno, kita akan lihat cerita Cyno tentang apa. So langsung aja, kemana nih? Take a look around the academy ya. Terus oh iya, BTW di 3.5 besok juga akan ada hangout event baru. Hangout eventnya si Madame Veruzen. Selain itu juga gue lupa kalau story questnya apa. Oh, kayaknya ada story questnya dia juga baru. Langsung dikasih ya, langsung muncul. Ya tapi emang karakter baru Al Hitam juga pas muncul langsung dikasih juga sih. Sama. Ini mana ya? Akademia bagian mana aja? 47. Ini nggak ngasih tahu ininya loh guys, apa namanya? Di atas berarti ya. Ini nggak ngasih tahu ininya anjir. Yang ngasih tahu di atas apa di bawah, Cok. Ininya sih di bawah ya. Kita coba jalan aja. Mbak, anjir, tapi kan ngapain kita terbang anjir? Ke dalam sini, oke. Ternyata dalam ruangan ini guys. Oke, kita masuk di akademi ya.
Wait, you two! Just a moment, please. You're the traveler in Paimon, right? I thought you two looked familiar. People have been talking all about you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Who are you?
My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the academia. You're friends with Cyno, right? I've heard him mention you before. Currently, Cyno is out investigating a case involving smuggled canned knowledge. It's been days since we've last heard from him.
Dia lagi nginvestigasi soal smuggled canned knowledge.
Oh no.
Apa
Do
itu?
you think he's in trouble?
Yang kayak ini
Well,
gelas-gelas
to be
knowledge itu
completely
ya kalau nggak
honest,
salah ya.
it's pretty hard to imagine anything that could pose a threat to Cyno. But since we haven't heard from him, we're starting to suspect that the case might be more complicated than we had originally thought.
Oke.
Word
Jadi
has it that
katanya
you two are
kasusnya
brave,
lebih
smart,
rumit
and
daripada
extremely
yang
capable
mereka
adventurers.
sangka guys. Soalnya
Do you think you could
Cyno
lend us a
belum
hand and help
beres-beres soal
investigate the smuggling?
investigasinya gitu.
All right. Since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the
Oke,
market
jadi
recently.
canned knowledge-nya
Cyno suspected that
muncul
there's a
di
secret route being used to
pasaran
move the
guys tiba-tiba
capsules.
itu.
According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that. Rumors
Okay.
also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case calls for urgent action. Last we heard from Cyno, he was investigating somewhere outside Sumeru
Lagi
City.
investigasi di luar Sumeru ya.
Seems that he had found some
Lagi
leads at the
ini
time, but
Nyari
we
sumbernya
haven't
dari
heard
mana.
from him since.
Sounds like we better go look for him. Come on.
Oke, langsung aja dimulai. Kemana nih? Kita outside city, oke. Dumplak, 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 plak, dumplak. Nah itu ada Cyno. Cyno.
Cyno, there you are. We finally found you.
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a familiar presence, but I'm very busy at the moment. We'll have to chat some other time.
That's right. Nabil asked us to come and check on the situation.
So Nabil told you about this? Divulging my location without authorization. I'll let it slide for now. This isn't the time for that. I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information. Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold. You're welcome to accompany me if you're interested.
Whoa. Sounds pretty complicated. But having a chance to catch bad guys with Cyno, it's like we're a part of the mantra. All right, sign us up.
Oke, kita ikuti Cyno aja sekarang. Fatui kah? Itu hubungannya dengan Fatui lagi. Jangan investigasi di sana, tapi suspeknya di sini tersangkanya. Mencurigakan. Jauh amat Kak. Ini dia orang-orang.
Is this all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
Ini sumbernya kayaknya guys.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no telling when we'll have more.
What does the academia think they're doing? Alright, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have. I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever, how much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the
150.000.
Mora, and you'll get the goods.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
It's Cyno! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
Kabur
But don't forget the Mora!
duitnya.
Done, done. Not so fast. You can't escape with Paimon on the case.
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone? I don't like the
Dan
looks
orang
of this.
bilang kalau Cyno sering
Either way,
kerja
it's gonna be a
sendiri.
tough fight. Any ideas?
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Cuma
Just like the
menyerah
others
gitu
I've
saja.
got. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. All right. I have one question and one
Kayaknya
question
mereka cuma
only.
kurir aja, guys.
Where did you get this canned knowledge?
Kita harus tahu sumbernya di mana.
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything. The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation.
Makanya nggak dapat kiriman lagi.
I
Soalnya
suspect
3 hari
who's
yang
ever
lalu
running
Cyno
this whole thing
mulai
knew that I was coming.
investigasi.
So they cut all contact with these dealers.
Sudah diketahui
When you were trying to
keberadaannya
escape,
Cyno.
you said
Siapa
something
jangan-jangan
about me
orang dalam,
working
guys?
alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation. If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like nothing?
Do
Dory.
you have a potential suspect? You'd better bring them to me for judgment.
Whoa! Judgment?
Apakah
That's right.
Dory ikut-ikutan,
I won't
guys?
turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Ya kita tanya dulu aja.
Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Cyno meet Dory.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information. If you manage to learn anything, you can find me at Caravan Rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any unused knowledge capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities immediately.
Okay, I got it. Just keep your nose out of my business.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people, the buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on our business here. Think about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides, I'm sure you wouldn't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished. All right, traveler. I need to go now.
Oke, jadi kita apa ya? Kepikiran Dory karena Dory kan juga jualan itu. Cuman kita nggak akan ini.
You think you can scare me?
Kita nggak akan ngasih tahu Cyno soal Dory gitu loh.
She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this. If Paimon remembers correctly, she's usually at the palace of Alcazar's array. Let's go!
Oke, kita sekarang ketemu Dory, cuman nggak sama Cyno. Takutnya kalau sama Cyno, ntar malah Dory-nya kabur. Jadi kita bakal nemuin Dory sendiri dan cari informasi. Kalau dapat informasi baru kita kasih tahu ke si siapa namanya, Cyno. Suruh ketemu di Caravan Rebot. Tapi kita tanyain si Dory dulu, dia punya info nggak? Gitu. Dan dia bilang dia ada di sini guys, di Palace of Alcazar Sarai. Halo, langsung nyapa dong.
I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing
you didn't rat me out.
Kita
Otherwise,
kasih
who
tahu.
knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention.
Do you know?
No
Siapa?
idea.
Lo tahu?
Sorry, I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business.
Huh? You mean you stopped selling
Dia
it?
udah nggak jualan lagi.
That's
anjir.
right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market,
Oh,
it was
karena
becoming
banyak di
impossible
market.
to fetch decent prices anymore.
Jadi dia nggak jual lagi guys.
Besides, it seems
Soalnya
that group
di
of
bukan
smugglers is
demand,
practically
supply-nya
taken over
banyak.
the market. It's a little rule of mine to never
Dia
fight
jualan
for share of
harga
someone
murah dia nggak
else's
mau.
market. If I'm gonna make more, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as
Terus
they are
juga
now,
aturan makin ketat
I
kan,
figured I
makanya
might as
dia
well just
juga-
hang it up.
Makanya dia juga nggak jualan lagi
Oh,
toh,
sounds like
daripada
we came all this
berbahaya.
way for nothing.
Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know. After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated.
Sebenarnya dijual
You
guys.
just want to make more
Cuman kan
business for
maksudnya
yourself.
yang ini tuh ilegal karena
Don't
dicuri dari
underestimate its
akademinya
value.
gitu.
Think about it. You can gain all
Jadi
sorts of
legal
knowledge
gitu.
while bypassing the troublesome process
Nah
of
ini kita lagi
studying.
nyuri
Naturally,
pencuri
that makes it a product worth a high
ininya.
price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made.
Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge?
Oke, kenapa melarangnya?
Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound
soalnya
like a
itu
dream, doesn't it? But
cara
everything in
murni,
the
guys.
world comes at a price, right?
Cuma tinggal
Gaining
minum
knowledge is a complicated
canon knowledge
process.
harus menjadi
It
pinter.
requires learning, thinking, and practice. Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge.
Whoa,
Jadi
that does sound pretty dangerous.
perpustakaan berjalan kalau
canned
kebanyakan
knowledge before.
minum itu.
Did you feel any negative effects?
Not,
Of
kita kan pernah
course,
minum, pernah
using it
nyoba.
sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused. It all comes down to balancing the right amount. Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market. As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is.
The Court of
Court of
Desolation?
Desolation.
What's that?
Apa itu?
A rumor has it that it's a site of ruins
Oh,
from the
ruin
age of
dari
King Deseret.
Deseret.
It's said that with the treasures
Ada
inside,
info soal
one
itu
can see
katanya yang
beyond
dijual
life and
atau yang
death.
dicuri.
But any research of the
knowledge, apa
ruins is
knowledge-nya?
strictly banned by the academia. Word on the street is that
Research-nya
there'll be
juga
an
sedang
auction
di-ban
taking
sama
place in the
akademia
desert.
itu. Banyak kan
An
nge-ban
auctioning
anjir
rare canned
akademia.
knowledge,
Bangke.
some of which is related to the Court of Desolation.
Nah, ya
And
kan.
once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion.
Itu cuma
I
pengalihan.
wager that their real target
Target
is the Court
sebenarnya
of
the Court of
Desolation.
Desolation.
Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
Sounds to Paimon like we better head to the desert and see the auction. Who knows? We
Oh,
might
lelangnya
find
ada
some
di
leads
desert,
there.
guys.
That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's
Limited
time to
edition
introduce
desert
our
travel
limited
kit.
edition desert travel kit.
Desert.
It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location.
Sahad is coming.
As I said, I also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it.
Ya Allah,
500,000 more.
500.000 murah.
That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000 Mora.
What? That's super expensive!
No need to worry, little one. Cyno's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him.
Tak biasa suruh
All
bayar
you'll
Cyno.
need to do is tell him to go to the Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him directly here, though, okay? That would leave me completely in the open. I'm sure the General Mahamatra of the Academia would never leave any debt unpaid. And I can only imagine the funds he's allocated for investigations. Oh, maybe I should charge him more.
We'd better get going. If Dora keeps at it, we'll be out of Mora.
Oke, kita ke distret, ke tempat pelelangan itu tadi. Kok masih ada ini, guys? Limited pack edition. Itu di mana ya? Anjir, kok gue baru sadar. Kayaknya di atas, kayaknya susah. Nanti aja lah, ntar gue balik ke sini lagi. Oke, kita tandai dulu. Oke. Nah, kita ke distret dulu. Oh, karavan ribat ke ini tuh ya, ngomong sama Cyno dulu ya. Kalau ada pelelangan yang jual soal apa tadi, disper apa tadi, ya, intinya inilah ada pengetahuan soal ruin yang besar kemungkinan pasti ada harta karunnya. Makanya gain knowledge-nya dicuri-curi dan dicari mana yang ada pengetahuan soal ruin tadi. Ntar kalau udah tahu apa namanya pengetahuannya, ntar bisa buat ini, bisa buat nelusuri dan mungkin cari harta karun di sana. Ya, as always tidak jauh-jauh dari duit ya, dari kekayaan lagi. Mas, udah mas.
Cyno, we got news for you. With the smugglers
Nah,
of
Court of
Iliath, there
Desolation.
is a chance to research the Court of Desolation. They are hosting an auction in the desert to sell canned knowledge about those ruins.
The Court of Desolation. I won't ask how you came by this intel.
Kita
But is it
bapak ini
reliable?
We also heard that the Court
Bukan
of
bisa dipercaya.
Desolation contains treasures from the time of King
ya
Deshret.
kan,
Is that true?
ada harta
Partially.
karunnya kan.
It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of King Deshret. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown dangers. According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering.
Kalau
They're
kata
not
research
some
zaman
ordinary
dulu
ruins.
harus ada tumbalnya guys,
So
harus
the
ada yang mati
Academia has strictly
sebelum-
prohibited any related research.
sebelum kita
However,
masuk ke ini. Makanya
If they
dilarang
are
sama
using the
akademia
canned knowledge
gitu.
as a way to move information and recruit
Harus
researchers,
ada yang mati kalau mau
then I
investigasi atau mau
suppose your
masuk ke
conclusion
sana.
does hold some validity.
Makanya di ban.
Regardless, we need to go into the desert. Less in
Jadi
recent
ada
years,
alasannya ya, gak cuma
but
asal
there are always
nge-ban.
those who attempt to
Seperti
do
tidak
so,
asing kalau asal nge-ban.
both inside and outside the Academia. After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death, or even resurrect the dead. Death is often the greatest grievance for many people. Though they're fully aware that the chance of these rumors being true are slim, they hold tight to such fantasies and pursue them regardless. That's why some continue to research it, regardless of it being a restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to track the source of information contained in canned knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place?
Yes, we do.
Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to
Oh,
get
ada yang
rid of these
mengikuti
people
kita, guys.
tailing us.
Huh? People tailing us?
That's right. Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal themselves as soon as we make a move. Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
That's Cyno for ya. But we can lend a hand too, you know.
Oke, jangan ngikutin kita ternyata guys. Oke, kita keluar dulu. Kalau kita keluar pasti ntar mereka akan muncul guys, mau menghalangi kita pasti. Pas saat itu kita sikap. Masih ada ini, guys. Nggak kena anjir.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
Aku ada apa namanya itu?
We're way
Ada banyak kupu-kupu jadi kabur.
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Itu ada ini.
Who are you?
That
Ada
doesn't
peti
matter.
juga.
All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn back. You must be Cyno. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your head. Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you?
That's right. We won't just sit back and do nothing.
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Cyno? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough.
Yang apa namanya? Yang nyawa dia bilang dia bakal ngasih kompromis. Asalkan si Cyno pergi, dia bakal apa namanya nge-reduce. Kan sekarang lagi banyak tuh di market gain knowledge bakal dikurangi. Terus itu mungkin bakal bantuin, jadi dianggap beres gitu investigasinya.
On top of that,
Gitu.
he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation. I can't think of a reason why you would
Jadi
pass that up.
kita ditawarin kalau kamu berhenti, ntar bakal apa anggapannya investigasinya apa kasusnya kan hilang kalau ternyata jumlahnya udah menurun lagi, udah normal lagi, terus dia dikasih duit juga. Jadi ini kita lagi
Is that
negosiasi anjir.
Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept.
Tapi jelas tidak diterima
I've had
anjir.
enough.
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure you disappear. Since you won't turn back willingly, then we're gonna have to make you go back.
Gelut lagi, gelut maneh. Langsung
New
ini dong.
punching bag.
Terminate!
Nowhere to run!
Shine down! Born of ice and frost.
Langsung pakai style guys.
I'll need futile.
You are
Ano
not
lagi?
welcome here.
Scatter! There is no escape. Access denied. I can fix this. This is long overdue.
No more tricks up your sleeve. Pulverize!
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
You won this one.
Oke.
This doesn't change anything. You're in over your head, Cyno. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it. Let's get out of here.
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be little information to gain. Besides, it might also be a trap. I apologize for bringing you into this dangerous mess. Just being associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well. You should be careful from now on. Sleep with one eye open.
Wait, hold on. There's no way anyone could sleep without
Gini.
closing their eyes. Right?
You'd be surprised. Anyway, just be careful. Mercenaries are never quick to forget. In their line of work, even a single failure is bad for reputation. They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time, waiting for the right moment to ambush you. They'll do anything to keep their prestige intact. Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time, and I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries. My superior was injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since, staying alert even while I sleep.
Whoa! Who could have seen that coming? Was he okay?
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to recover, but luckily, there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions. His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra.
Kok harus disebut
We'll have the
namanya?
chance to meet him
Ceritanya
someday.
detail banget itu, guys.
Anyway, our mission will be dangerous.
Jadi dia punya
I'm
teman.
already used to such grueling
Dia
conditions,
pernah
but I don't
ini
want
ke
to
ambush
see you
juga,
two get hurt.
tapi terus nyelamatin dia.
Don't worry,
Si
Paimon will stay
tadi
alert.
temannya
We'll
tadi
see danger
terluka.
coming a mile away.
Terus apa
Good.
namanya?
Don't worry. won't
Habis
be long
terluka,
till
habis
we're at the
cedera,
bottom
terus
of
akhirnya
this.
sembuh, tapi terus akhirnya
And
apa?
once this is
Temennya
all
itu
over,
dipindah ke administratif, udah
I'll
nggak
sweep
ke
away
kerja lapangan
any
lagi,
other hidden
guys.
dangers.
Nah, oh kita suruh ke sana, oke. Sip. Ini ngambilnya gimana, guys? Oh, cuma lawan aja, gua lawan dulu ya, guys ya.
Your journey ends here.
No touching! There is no escape! Gotta dash! Come on out!
Pound it to the ground!
Access denied!
Lord of Sand,
Free
your
form!
sacrifice is ready.
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Shine down!
The golden slumber.
The Golden Slumber, oke.
A reward on the road.
Langsung menuju mana? Kalau ada TP, TP aja. Ngapain harus lewat susuk? Bisa jadi temennya itu, guys, jangan plot twistnya nanti. Dalang dari semua ini. Nah, si Cyno ini. Soalnya ceritanya detail amat. Kita juga butuh ini buat Faruzan sama... Duh, pencet anjay. Buat Faruzan sama Candice, guys. Itu Hanaberry, anjay. Oke. Sudah sampai mana nih? Oh, di sini tempat lelangnya katanya.
So hot. If only there was some shade for us to cool off under.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
Okay. But don't you feel hot too, Cyno?
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share any tips? Paimon's about to melt away.
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. The moment you start to give in is when you'll feel more tired. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations. We must get somewhere safe before we can relax.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to
Tempat
rest?
mana yang
Paimon
tempat
thinks
aman
this
mana
is a
yang buat
perfectly
istirahat
safe
gitu.
place to stop. Just look around, it's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa! Where did these scorpions come from?
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
Oke. Ngamuk anjay.
No touching. For Rex Lapis. Scatter. Whew. Well, Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are
Ada
marked numbers
tandanya,
on their
anjir.
pincers. They were raised by someone. Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away. We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
This place
Jika
is
kita mati di sini nggak ada orang yang
dangerous.
bakal tahu.
Good thing we didn't let our
Gitu
guard
juga.
down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert. So how could they know where we are?
Kok bisa tahu ya?
Stay still.
Wih, ada apa nih?
Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh?
Really?
What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharawar.
Ada ini.
They can use this to
GPS,
discern your
guys,
approximate
anjir.
location. But this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharawar also be involved?
Tuh kan. Ini ada orang dalam ini.
But that
guys.
doesn't seem right.
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed. Why would it be on her?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier. It was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Cyno. Now let's get rid of it.
No. Hold on to it for now. It might still be useful for us. Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
Oke, lanjut lagi. Tinggal kita buang dulu. Siapa tahu nanti berguna ya. Alat pelacaknya. Ada GPS-nya, anjay.
They're back again! How many of them are there?
No escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Oh, digangguin terus gitu toh. Kayak Gorinjay juga, guys. Oh, ini dia. Tempat ininya. Tempat lelangnya, anjir. Mana ketinggalan nih?
Is this where the auction is?
There's nobody here.
Yeah, not a single soul. Maybe they're on break right now or something.
We didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give any warning of our arrival, but even so, they still knew we were coming. Someone here must have been watching the tracker, and warned everyone to clear out.
Aw, what should we do now?
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly. There might still be something left for us to find.
Alright, let's take a good look around the area.
Cari petunjuk dulu. Aduh, anjir nyangkut. Jejak kaki. Terus ini hewannya ditinggal. Dikasih minum. Langsung kabur gitu aja.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing in particular.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation, so they carried those off.
Oh, karena nggak ada
But don't
info
worry.
soal tempatnya
I
itu,
have
makanya
another
mereka
idea.
tinggal nggak masalah gitu loh.
You two start heading back the way we came. I will remain hidden here. Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes far enough from here to make them assume that it's safe to come back.
Oh, Paimon gets it. We'll lure them out because they'll think we
Kita
fled.
pancing.
Okay, we'll start heading away.
Dikira
and
kita
leave
udah
this
pergi,
place to
padahal
you.
Cyno sembunyi di sini.
Yes, and don't worry. If they dare to return, I'll make sure they stay.
Oke. Serahkan pada Cyno saja. Kita balik dulu ke our village. Masih ada yang ketinggalan. Gila, mata gua canggih kali, guys. Tidak terlewat. Set. Oke, kita sampai tempatnya.
So tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right? Further? But Paimon can't go another step. How about we rest here for a while?
Oke, kita istirahat dulu.
It's probably about time for us to head back to the auction.
Balik lagi nih
Let's
kita.
go. Maybe Cyno's finally found some leads.
Anjir, gitu doang. Oke, kita langsung balik lagi.
Can't touch me.
Balik lagi dong. Yo Allah, puter-puter gindang ya. Enggak, masalahnya ngasih tandanya kejauhan kayaknya. Aneh. Wow. Teng dong, teng. Oh, ada orang, guys.
Oh, looks like Cyno caught someone. So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? All right, tell Paimon everything you know.
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Yes, impressive.
Bahari.
You certainly live up to your reputation, Cyno. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere? If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, traveler.
Oh, makanya kita pergi kan.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us.
Jadi kita pergi bawa trackernya biar dikira kita udah pergi. Biar Cyno ditinggal dan nggak bawa trackernya, makanya guys. Ini orangnya balik. Cyno-nya masih ada.
Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Cyno's watch? Seriously, what can I even do?
Oke, jadi sekarang kita ke rumah orang yang terlibat. Dan dia minta ngobrolnya jangan di situ, takutnya ntar ada orang lain datang terus ntar mah keluarganya diancam, guys. Dia minta balik ke rumah dulu untuk ngobrol.
Dad, you're back. Oh, do you have guests? Hi there.
This is my daughter, Simi. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Cyno in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Cyno, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Why is that?
Kenapa?
Everything, from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people.
Melibatkan banyak orang, katanya.
Massive profits have brought everyone together in this business. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Cyno. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you so bent on putting us out of business?
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right.
Ibunya kemana?
I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Baik juga
Don't mention
anaknya.
it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say
Tapi
that
masih
everyone's in it for the
miskin.
massive profits?
Nah, ya makanya katanya masih
That sure
profits.
doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I
Oke,
wanted to talk
tapi
to
dia
you
minta
about.
sesuatu apa nih?
I was hoping to ask you for a favor. My daughter was born with a chronic disease,
Oke, punya
so she
penyakit
has a
anaknya.
relatively weak heart and lungs.
Oh, anjir.
Even slightly strenuous
lemah-
exercise can
lemah
cause her to
jantung
faint
dan
and
ini,
prove
guys.
to be a life-threatening
Ginjal.
risk.
Lungs tuh ginjal apa? Kok gua lupa. Oke, intinya
That's
anaknya
why
sakit
she
lah
never
ya.
really had any friends to play with,
Makanya dia
and
nggak punya
why
teman
she
buat
locks
main.
herself
Anjir,
up in her
kasihan
room
banget.
most of the time.
Dan dia cuma
She has to take lots of medicine, and it doesn't come cheap.
dia sakit, terus nggak ada temen yang mau jadi temennya, terus apa itulah dia cuma ngunci diri di kamar gitu loh. Dia butuh banyak obat dan itu
As for me,
nggak murah itu.
I was just an average merchant. I
Dia
would
cuma
wake up early and
pedagang
travel all
biasa
around to make a
gitu.
profit. But the Mora was still nowhere near enough.
Aduh, kasihan
I could
juga.
only watch my
Cuman
daughter's
ya,
health deteriorate day by day.
apa ya, maksudnya barang yang dia jual atau bisnis dia kan ada aturannya kalau salah gitu loh.
Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a
Nah, terus
profit.
ada orang, jadi sebelumnya dia nggak jualan ini guys, dia nggak jualan knowledge, tapi terus ada orang yang nawarin dia
Selling
gitu,
canned knowledge.
jual ini.
That's right.
Nah,
With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter.
jadi sekarang dia itu
Nothing made me
mungkin
happier
anggapannya
than
baru
seeing her
mulai
get
sukses itu loh guys.
There are many
Gara-gara
others
jual
like me.
barang, jual canned
Smuggling
knowledge
canned
itu.
knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival.
Buat kita mungkin itu kejahatan, tapi buat mereka itu untuk cara mereka untuk bertahan
I
hidup.
wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind.
Makanya dia bujuk kita biar
Please, stay out of this, Cyno.
biar gak
Give us a
lanjutin
way to
investigasinya
survive.
gitu.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child. But I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling.
Nah, tetap
These are two
pencurian ya
completely
tetap
different
salah lah.
issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having
Tahu
your
aku
word to
suka
help my
ngomong gitu.
daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home.
Oke, karena kita bakal tetap lanjutin investigasinya, jadi
You'll find some goods
dia
I
minta kita
received
untuk
just recently.
ngecek belakang rumah.
I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Oke, kita lihat belakang rumahnya, gudangnya, ada apa aja nih?
Look at all of this.
Ada yang
Yes.
warnanya beda guys.
All neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers can't possibly support such a large quantity of
Tapi ini
goods.
ada pedagang besar guys di
Could the
belakangnya.
academia have a hand in this?
Nah, mulai
It's such a
curiga nih,
volume of
jangan-jangan ada
goods
orang
wouldn't be
dalam
able to
nih.
slip through inspection.
Ada orang dalam yang bantu nih, yang
What?
rusuh nih.
These seem
Nah, yang
different from
warnanya
the
beda
other
gitu,
knowledge
tapi.
capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about the Court of Desolation.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Do you know what it is?
Yes. It's a Matra seal,
Lambang
indicating
Matra,
that the
anjir.
goods have passed Matra inspection. I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier.
Gua mencurigai kalau itu
But
temannya
how
si
they could
Cyno
ship
pasti.
so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery. The
Temannya
pieces have
Cyno yang
now all
dibilang
fallen into place.
dipindah ke administrasi
With this
itu
Matra
kasihannya.
seal, goods can
Meskipun
leave
nggak
the
tahu ya
academia
apa
without
alasannya, ntar
undergoing
kita
the
akan
second
cari tahu.
inspection.
Tapi ya kita lihat juga, siapa tahu
No wonder they don't
perkiraan
want
gue
me to
salah.
investigate. It turns out that a Matra is
Tapi
behind this.
intinya Matra ada di balik ini.
Even I
Matra
find
itu
it hard
dia
to
kan
believe.
Jenderal Mahamatra. Berarti anggapnya dia atasannya, berarti yang bikin ulah bawahannya, guys.
Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia,
Jadi emang itu
then it's
ya kan
highly
dicuri,
likely
benar
that the
sih.
knowledge regarding the
Tapi
Court of
harusnya dicuri itu
Desolation
ya yang ngasih
originated
akademia
from
itu.
research files stored within the
Oknum.
academia. If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed these files. But considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, it will only draw unnecessary attention. You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Sure thing. Leave it to us.
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, it's obvious that they also have power outside of it. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some preparations. You can come find me anytime if you uncover more info.
Oke, jadi kita disuruh investigasi ini, apa namanya, dalamnya akademia, sedangkan Cyno tetap di sini. Soalnya kalau Cyno yang ngecek sendiri, takutnya orang yang di dalam akademia yang oknumnya ini curiga, terus jadi di-cut lah gitu. Makanya yang suruh balik kita, biar kita investigasi ke dalam, kasih surat, terus biar dikasih ke siapa tadi namanya, ke orang yang minta tolong sama kita pertama kali itulah, buat Jan. Soalnya dia kan Matra juga, guys, dia bawahannya Cyno juga, biar diarahin, biar kita cari info di dalam akademia. Oke, langsung aja kita lanjut. Mana sih anjir, pusing sendiri. Oh, kita kasih ke Nabil ah. Mas,
Hello, we meet again. Have you managed to find Cyno? If so, how's he doing? I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious. Sorry. Had I known it would be so dangerous, I never would have gotten you two involved.
Ya, tapi kan
It's alright. We wanted to help Cyno too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from ordinary.
Okay.
Everything there is essentially about dangerous research that's forbidden by the academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter. But with this letter from Cyno, it shouldn't be a problem. That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, the majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded. Follow me, I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Cyno is looking for.
The restricted repository. Sounds kinda dangerous. We'd better keep an eye out.
Oke. Tempat filenya. Mana, Mas? Flower 51 meter. Oh ini. Mas. Pak. Adminnya nih.
Okay, I understand. Since Cyno is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions, but I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Oke, kita dikasih akses. Jangan bilang ini apa guys namanya, domain kayaknya domain deh. Tapi nggak bawa Cyno ya, nggak masalah sih, kita udah nyoba sana. Biasanya kan kalau di Storycast itu kita demo pakai apa namanya guys,
So this is the restricted repository.
pakai karakternya
I never thought
sekali.
I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with
Apa
others
bukan
within
ya?
the
Bukan.
academia. But even so, there are very few
Bukan
who I
apa?
feel could
Bukan
be trusted
domain
with a
kayaknya ya.
real secret. Cyno happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
Oke, let's go. Mana anjay? Oh, ini dia. Oke, bagi yang mau baca silahkan di pause dulu mungkin, tapi kalau nggak usah lah ya, biar pas obrolannya aja.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet? Huh, it reminds Paimon
ya
of
kan?
Cyno's former partner.
His former partner. That would be Taj
Rodkani.
Rodkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Rodkani was Taj's only son.
Oh,
What?
punya anak anjay.
Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Oh, anaknya.
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Cyno didn't know about it.
No.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
tapi
there
nggak bisa
isn't.
ketemu dia, guys.
He took his own life not
Oh,
long
udah
after he went to
mati,
prison.
anjir. What the
You've
fuck,
heard
bunuh
about
diri,
Taj, right?
anjir.
I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say
Mau ketemu
he's
bapaknya
probably
berarti.
pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He's a
Anjir,
man of
Cyno.
integrity and
Ya
honesty.
itu emang
and has made
seniornya
countless
Cyno sih.
achievements.
Tapi
His reputation goes back a
seniornya
long
berapa
way now.
tahun ini anjir?
He used to be Cyno's only partner. Taj is also skilled with a polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Cyno mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an
Ah.
administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to
Apa
do with the
dendam, guys?
Mortada incident.
Bapaknya.
Taj was already very well
Jangan-jangan.
known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of academia rules.
Ntar
Taj
gue
arrested
jelasin
his
dikit
son
guys habis mereka ngobrol.
and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl.
Anjir.
By
Beler
the time Taj
lehernya
arrived at the
sendiri
scene,
pakai
it was
ini
already
guys.
too late.
Pecahan beling gitu.
He never had a last chance to see his son. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository.
Jangan-jangan
He'll
dendam
hold the
bisa
files from his
guys.
son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now.
Nah,
Possible.
aku
Taj would
juga
never do
sudah
that.
curiga
I mean,
dari awal.
yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect.
Bang.
Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation.
Dia salah
There are so
satu
many
yang
files
bisa
about
dengan
those ruins
mudah
that it would be
masuk untuk
difficult to
cari
restart
file
any
itu, guys.
research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, If the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death. Or even bring the dead back to life, right?
Hidupin.
So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back.
Okay.
Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that.
Ceritanya.
I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Oh, now that I think about it, Cyno suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right?
Benar.
There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find.
Oke, kita
Don't worry,
coba
Taj.
tanya dari
I won't let your
yang
reputation
jaga
be
gerbang ya.
tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Oke, jadi gue jelasin dikit ya. Kalau dari yang mereka obrolin, jadi sepertinya, jadi gini kan si Cyno punya, tadi dia cerita, dia punya mantan rekan namanya si Touch tadi. Nah, si Touch tadi punya anak, si Murtada. Nah, si Murtada tadi itu ternyata nge-research hal yang nggak boleh dilakukan, yaitu nge-research soal apa namanya tadi ya, ruin study. Nah, terus ketahuan sama akademia, makanya akhirnya ditangkap. Terus tapi sama si Touch, nggak tahu sih hukumannya apa, gue nggak ngerti, tapi intinya kayaknya si Touch bapaknya mohon biar anaknya nggak dihukum atau gimana. Nah, tapi anaknya malah terlanjur bunuh diri. Jadi dia mecahin beling mangkok beling gitu, terus lehernya dibeler sendiri. Nah, terus mati. Nah, terus si Touch ini kan hampir inilah ya, apa namanya, kan dulunya kan ini apa namanya guys, jabatannya setinggi Cyno lah, jadi masuk akademi yang mana-mana dia bebas gitu. Nah, kan dia tahu anaknya mati gara-gara research itu segala macam kan. Nah, terus kan dia juga tahu ternyata researchnya itu yaitu harta karunnya itu mengenai kehidupan, kematian, dan mungkin resurrection yang dibilang Cyno tadi juga itu loh, resurrection. Jadi mungkin si Touch ini mau cari info soal ruins itu tadi biar dapat treasure-nya. Nah, treasure-nya itu siapa tahu ternyata treasure-nya itu adalah kekuatan yang bisa ngidupin anaknya lagi, karena anaknya kan udah mati ya, guys. Nah, itulah kenapa sekarang kita ngesuspek temennya si Cyno itu, mantan rekannya si Cyno itu, karena mencurigakan, karena dia yang punya akses bisa keluar masuk ke tempat yang kita datangi tadi, guys. Jadi besar kemungkinan si Touch itu terlibat gitu. Jadi intinya si Touch kan terus bukan keluar tapi pindah ke administratif. Nah, dari situ kan dari dalam dia bisa bisa ngobrol-abrik soal semua file di akademia gitu. Makanya sekarang dia nyuri scan knowledge itu, tapi dia sembari juga mencari info soal tempat itu tadi. Dia mau coba buka misterinya, siapa tahu bisa buat anaknya hidup lagi gitu. Oke, kita tanya sama penjaga-penjaga luar, karena barang sebanyak itu harusnya ketahuan gitu. Tapi masih banyak orang yang percaya kalau itu
yes, but
ya masih disuspek lah gitu.
The academia consumes so many resources each day, everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Temennya si Cyno gitu.
We're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Oke, dia nggak tahu apa-apa. Yang jelas biasa kan kalau barang-barang banyak keluar dari akademia. Kita coba tanya yang lain. Bukan ini aja. Wih lah, baru
Excuse
respawn
me,
anjir.
have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Oke, dia juga nggak tahu, terus gimana anjir? Ask the guard. Tidak udah nggak tahu semua gini dia ya penjaga.
Excuse me,
info gini,
have you
kan?
seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a
Okay, kayaknya dia tahu
Kashar
nih.
researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen
Dozen
large
large
boxes
boxes
each time, if
nah.
not more.
Ini dia,
When I
pasti ini,
asked him
guys.
about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to
Rawar.
traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious?
Nyelundupinnya
Why
ini,
didn't you
guys.
report it for inspection?
Ngomongnya
Well,
itu
the boxes were
mesin-mesin
stamped with
lama
the
gitu.
Matra seal. Why should I bother?
Oh,
Of
ada
course,
seal
I did start to
matranya, jadi
wonder
mereka
about the
percaya
seal
percaya
once,
aja gitu.
thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally
Taj.
and ordered me to
Berarti
leave the
dah
researcher
jelas.
alone.
Touch
I couldn't
orangnya.
question his word, could I?
Ya, jelas dia pelakunya.
There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever... No,
Just calm
I
down.
won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
Oke, dia masih belum percaya sih Nabil. Saking hormatnya. Oke, tapi dia nyari temennya Touch. Katanya dia ngobrol sama Touch.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj.
Tapi dia udah nggak pernah, udah
A
jarang.
few Eremites showed up looking for Taj
Iya,
yesterday,
sama Taj
and he
itu.
met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But
Ganti
Taj
seragam,
didn't
bro.
come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would...
Let's go.
Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey,
Kita akan
don't
buktikan.
let it get to you just yet.
Ya
We'll
udah, kalau
get to the bottom
kenyataannya
of this
emang
once and for all.
iya, kalau kenyataannya ternyata dia pelakunya ya gimana lagi loh. Mau sehero-heronya dia ya kalau namanya orang udah apa yang namanya udah buta sama kejahatan ya bakal tetap dia melakukan kejahatan di situ. Lagi ini soal anaknya anjir. Oke, sekarang kita ke rumahnya Touch. Rumahnya ini. Rumahnya di sini anjir.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right.
Kita harus
Even if
masuk.
we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind.
Rumahnya nggak dikunci, guys.
What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting.
Wah,
These
ini tulisan
papers
tangannya
look
Taj.
like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is
Banyak
absolutely
katanya.
massive. The whole operation
Banyak.
involves more than 300 people,
Tuh,
including dozens
melibatkan
of
300
celebrities.
orang, anjir.
These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right, that's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Cyno and let him decide how to proceed.
Oke, di situ ya. Situ. Oke, ancient map. Fotonya kayak gitu. Oke, kita harus ke sana ya.
Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak. I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him
Tad
very
sudah
well.
ke sana kayaknya.
Maybe Cyno will know what to do.
Oke, kita bakal ke sana.
We'll give these to Cyno and see. Let's go.
Oke, kita bakal ke tempat itu, guys. Tapi kita ketemu Cyno dulu. Terus berarti kita habis itu masuk ke domain ya. Harusnya seperti itu. Biasanya seperti itu, guys. Kita kasih tunjuk Cyno. Jadi sepertinya sudah pada, tapi melibatkan 300 orang lebih. Gila, ini mah kejahatan ini seperti institusi di Wakanda, guys, melibatkan banyak orang. Wah, ini anjir, kenapa relate ya. Seperti tidak asing juga. Oke, kita dapat mapnya. Tapi kita harus cari sendiri nih. Mapnya ada di mana? Tapi tenang, kayaknya mudah kok carinya. Gampang. Oke, kita ke Cyno dulu. Terus sekarang kita mau gimana, Mas? Anjay, Gurinja makan baja ini. Gede nih kasusnya. Kasus geger geden ini.
Well, Cyno, what do you make of it?
Taj.
Tuh kan.
It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember,
Visioner, anjir,
he is a
membaca
straight-laced
plot
man.
twist.
Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time, he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change.
Ya, orang
Whether
memang
it's
bisa
out of
berubah,
love
ya.
for his son or for other reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become. That's right.
Oke. Buktinya ngarah
It's
ke
clear
dia
that he
semua
had a
nih
hand
sekarang.
in this case,
Oke, let's
yet he
go.
made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Oke, kita ke tempatnya, guys. Oh, ini dikasih tahu. Oke, kita langsung saja ke tempatnya. Ya, namanya bersalah atau bersalah, guys. Ya, meskipun gimana ya. Ya, kita juga nggak tahu sih. Ya, tapi kan di band juga gara-gara emang apa namanya, guys, ininya juga percobaannya berbahaya, harus membunuh orang kan, maksudnya harus ada yang mati gitu. Emang percobaan yang kasihan. Ini di atas apa di bawah ya? Oh, ini kayaknya di bawah kayaknya. Ininya buat tandai dulu, guys. Bintangnya di sini. Oke. Tapi gua ambil Hinabari dulu, guys. Jaga ini. Oh, enggak ada yang berarti ke atas, guys. Ya kan? Ini pun gak ada ini apa cahaya untuk ke atas manual gitu nggak? Anjay, kaget. Ini harusnya, guys, masuk sini kayak. Ah, ini dia. Enter the Court of Desolation. Masuk dong, men. Hahaha. Genio Stato. Air cenah. Nah, ini kita ganti ini aja. Mami Jelang.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
Go. Pintar ada Cyno juga sih, pasti dikasih demo Cyno lagi berarti. Wih, gak sadar gue kalau mic-nya jatuh. Oke, ini bakal jadi ending setelah masuk ke
So this
sini.
is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried
Jangan lupa
here?
lihat sekitar guys, kalau ada.
Paimon's kinda nervous.
Hah, peti baru
Could it be
dibilang.
dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Surrender!
Oke.
Boy, these walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Oh, mati anjir. Oke, kita buka. Anjay. Sekarang berubah.
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Oke, ini tempat awal ya. Yang berubah, oh ini jadi ada lubangnya. Oke.
Quietly now.
Surrender!
Oke. Gak tahu tuh, ada kayak asap-asap gitu. Wah, siapa tahu balik ada ini lain guys, ada peti lain.
Hopefully that's our way in.
Kok nggak bisa anjir. Oke, peti lanjutnya. Lanjut saja terus.
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Anjay. Anjir, ini nyangkut cuy. Kayak mans. Ini ngapain guys? What the fuck? Genius, makanya kok nggak nyampe. Ternyata anjir, ada ininya, ada teka-tekinya. Oke, kita sampai.
Busted. There is no escape.
Futile!
Gotcha. Quietly now.
Alright. Inikah treasure-nya? Oke. Oh itu, touch. Iya, dia katanya ganti pakai baju hermit guys. Gelut ini pasti. Tapi katanya setara dengan Cyno loh.
Ah, Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
Detective Petrus.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed.
Ya sebenarnya
I've
ketahuan
become a
sih, guys.
selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
Karena
I find
ngapain
that
si
hard to
Cyno
believe.
cerita secara mendetail
Oh,
soal
really?
touch
The way I
shotgun
see
ini?
it, every person will end up like me
Ternyata
sooner
emang
or
ada
later.
hubungannya.
When you're young,
Dan
you
dia
press
lah
forward,
pelakunya.
unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands.
Ya, yang nangkep
I
anaknya
set
dia sendiri.
myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a
Heran mau
chance
ngidupin
to make
anaknya
it
lagi kan.
right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Cyno. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Let's go, Claude. Okay.
This power is mine.
Ada temennya anjay.
I will set things right no matter what.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
As I thought.
Belum jadi pakai si Cyno udah mati. Kirain bakal keras anjir.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line. Just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names a map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list. But you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning,
nama-nama yang di daftarnya itu juga
but I couldn't be sure
ini,
until we fought.
Apa namanya?
If he really
Bukan
had
tipuan sih,
changed,
tapi apa maksudnya? Dia nipu
your
orang-orang yang
fighting
tulis
style
itu.
wouldn't be as it was before.
Ya intinya tujuan utama dia cuma buat kesini gitu.
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place.
Biar nggak ada yang nyari tempat ini, jadi kejadian anaknya
But that wasn't enough.
lagi sama buat orang
I
lain.
needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the
bukan
first
mau
place.
ngidupin anaknya karena dia tahu itu nggak mungkin gitu.
To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia.
Ini pasti Fatui berarti.
If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the academia alone.
Waduh, jadi di plot twist lagi guys. Touch ternyata punya niat baik ternyata.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this.
Dia pura-pura
as a test for me.
Buat ngetes Cyno.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless and making no compromise.
Jadi kalau gue ceritain dikit yang gue tangkap ya, jadi tempat ini kan ada rahasia hidup mati dan mungkin bisa menghidupkan orang mati lagi. Nah, ada organisasi besar yang mau mencari sesuatu soal ini guys. Nah, tapi si Touch ini diajak kerjasama lah intinya, tapi dia pura-pura mau aja, tapi dengan harapan, dengan dengan tujuan Touch itu mau ngancurin tempat ini biar nggak di research lagi, jadi kejadian soal anaknya nggak akan terulang lagi gitu loh. Tapi cara dia adalah dengan pura-pura bekerja sama organisasi ini, terus nipu akademia, karena kalau ngandelin akademia dia nggak yakin dan nggak percaya itu bakal berhasil gitu. Makanya dia pura-pura bela, terus Cyno datang dan ternyata dia juga ngetes Cyno apakah Cyno masih ini apa
This
enggak.
place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Oke, jadi tempat ini mau hancur, kita harus pergi lah.
Loads of bad guys to catch outside.
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
Dia mau
You
bunuh diri di
planned it
sini
all from the
guys.
very beginning, didn't you? risking
mau
being treated as
mati
a traitor to
dengan
collaborate with them.
reruntuhan ini juga.
Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Dia mau buka terus mau.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself.
Anjir, jadi
I was always so busy with work
anjir,
that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I
Sorry for all
caused.
the trouble.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Oke, dia tertimbun dengan reruntuhannya ya. Anjir, duduk bersila nyantai gitu.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
Alright, Dad. Let's start over.
Anjir.
By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Anjir, gua habis di plot twist lagi guys. Ternyata ada tujuannya, emang sengaja, tapi dengan cara yang ya harus. Tapi pasti berarti organisasi di belakangnya itu yang pengen research ini pasti Fatui, jelas. Siapa lagi guys organisasi besar yang mau mendukung itu? Orang akademia nggak tahu.
The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation, but it won't be long before they continue searching for another target. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough. Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself.
Oke, jadi sisanya bakal diselesain Cyno ya.
I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebob 4 days from now.
Ternyata Cyno nyeker ya. Oke, kita ketemu Cyno 4 hari lagi sembari dia nyelesain investigasinya sama kasusnya. Jadi dia sekarang mau nyelesain, kan ada list-listnya tuh. Jadi dia mau nyelesain kasusnya lah intinya gitu. Tapi ya kayak gitu ya ceritanya. Ternyata habis diplotis lagi. Ternyata tujuannya si Touch kayak gitu. Ternyata ya bukan mau mengkhianati, tapi emang mau bikin tempat yang bikin anaknya jadi berkasus hilang gitu. Makanya, tapi caranya kayak gitu. Karena dia nggak yakin sama akademia. Ya emang akademia pas zaman itu kan diselundupi The Doctor kan, jadi dia juga mungkin merasa juga kalau akademia pasti nggak akan dukung kalau mau nutup tempat itu gitu guys, karena ya ada Fatui juga di dalam situ. Jadi gue yakin pasti organisasi yang mau nge-research itu pasti Fatui. Oke, kita tunggu 4 hari katanya. Wait until for this letter, what the fuck. Nah, tangkap ini 1 2, aduh kebanyakan nggak bisa anjir. Maksimal cuma 2 hari cek. Kita tambah lagi habis ini ya. Mana 4 hari ya, lama amat. Oke, langsung lagi 1, 2. Aja ngeliatin jam. Oke, sudah ya.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ripad, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared. The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Cyno crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Cyno all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Cyno alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Cyno around. By the way, are you guys here to see Cyno? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell then.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating. But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Murtada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Murtada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will and can help me collect more testing data.
Cyno! Tighnari! Oh, so Tighnari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Cyno?
That's right. Cyno asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Cyno, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know? Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek after canned knowledge. So I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
Jadi si Kale lagi apa ya, mendemokan.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
But what about you, Cyno?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj, but I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Oke, beres. Jadi seperti itu guys ceritanya untuk story questnya Cyno. So hari ini sampai di sini dulu aja guys. Thank you buat yang udah nonton, like dan subscribe. Kok apa ini? Tiba-tiba ada quest lagi guys. Oh maksudnya world quest ya. Oh setelah kita nyelesain apa namanya? Setelah kita nyelesain story questnya kita dapat world quest ternyata. Oke, jadi besok mungkin kita bisa mainkan ya kalau misal belum ada update terbaru ya. So kita lihat aja besok. Tapi hari ini sampai situ aja guys. Thank you buat yang udah nonton, like dan subscribe. Yang udah share dan komen juga. Besok akan kita lanjutkan lagi untuk apa namanya storycast lainnya atau update selanjutnya dari Genshin ya. Ini di mana di Sumeru City ya. Oh Fukumoto ya. Fukumoto kayaknya orang Inazuma ya. Kita lihat aja besok. Oke. So hari ini sampai di sini dulu aja guys. Thank you sekali lagi. Sampai jumpa besok and have a good day. Bye bye.